Hi guys, I'm Missy. I've been going to Lady Salento since 2016 for treatment for leukemia, which is a blood cancer. During my journey, I've had lots of chemotherapy and many blood transfusions. I've got an awesome support team called Missy's Donors. Missy's Donors is a group of my friends and family that help support kids like me. They do that by coming here to donate blood. Today, we're going to have a closer look at donating and go behind the scenes. Hey Jen, what do you do here?
I work in the communications team, and so that means that it's my job to tell the story of the blood service, to explain to all of Australians why it's so important to donate blood and where all the blood goes.
Sounds awesome. Where does the story start?
The story starts right here at the reception desk. So when donors come in for their appointment, they check in here, they wait into the waiting area, and then they have a little interview to fill out some paperwork. And then this over here is where all the action happens. Do you want to come and see? We call this the donor floor.
So Jen, this is where all the action happens?
It sure is. The first thing we do is make sure you're comfortable. So when you come to donate blood, the nurses will put you on your chair and they'll lie you down and cover you with a blanket, and then they'll take your blood, which actually doesn't take that long at all, and that's how it all starts.
Why is it so important to donate blood?
Donated blood is really, really important. It saves people's lives. Do you know that 1 in 3 Australians is going to need a donated blood product in their life?
Ooh.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's a really high number of people.
What is the rarest blood type?
The rarest blood type in Australia is AB negative, and I think only about 1% of the population has that blood type. One of the other rare types of blood that we always need more of is called O negative, and about 9% of the population has O negative blood.
How many lives can be saved from one donation?
Would you believe that one blood donation can save 3 lives?
It's amazing.
All while you're lying down. Imagine that. Save 3 lives, 6 minutes, tiny sting, then heaps of food.
Ooh, heaps of food. Tell me more.
Well, that's one of the best things about donating blood. We make sure that you get lots of tasty treats at the end. And the snack area is just this way. Missy? Missy? I see you found the tasty treats.
Yeah, donating blood has never tasted so good.
Yeah, it's really important to make sure that blood donors eat and drink when they've finished, just to replenish themselves and make sure they're hydrated, but also so we can keep an eye on everyone and make sure that they're feeling all right before they head back to their busy days.
Thanks heaps for showing us around, Jen.
You're welcome. Our pleasure.
I'm going to go see what happens to the blood next. Better take some for the road. Next stop, the blood bank.
Hi Missy, welcome to the Red Cross Blood Service.
Is this a blood bank where vampires open savings account?
Well, kind of. It's where we process, test and store the blood donations we receive around Queensland.
Sounds awesome. Can you show us around?
Sure, let's go take a look. Okay, so now we're in the processing lab, but we can't do anything until we put some gowns on. When the blood arrives in these shippers, they unpack it and check the temperature conditions have been met through transport, and then each donation is scanned into our National Blood Management System, where they check each donation for what components we can make out of it.
Where does all the blood come from?
So at this processing centre, we are receiving blood from all across Queensland, from as far north as Townsville and Cairns, all the way down to the Gold Coast and the northern parts of New South Wales. So in this next step, we load the blood donations into these centrifuges, which spin at 4,200 revolutions per minute, and that separates the blood into red cells at the bottom, a buffer coat in the middle, which contains platelets, and plasma at the top.
Is this this a rocking chair for the blood bags?
Yeah, kind of. So at this stage, we're separating the blood into its components. So the red cells are gently mixing with a SAGM solution, which is an additive to give the blood cells something to live in while they're in storage waiting to be transfused.
Why do the blood bags need to keep moving?
So we don't want the red cells to clot together. We want to keep them suspended in the additive solution. So once the red cells have been separated, we leukodeplete them. So we pass them through these leukodepletion filters, which remove the white cells. We don't want to transfuse white cells into anybody because they're your body's army to fight infection. So that's why they're removed from the red cells. These are all of the red cells that we've processed today before we release label them this afternoon and pass them on to the inventory and distribution team. So this is the end of the processing. This is distribution, where they pick and pack orders to send out to the hospitals.
Who exactly gets these donations?
So a lot of people think that the blood is transfused to the trauma people, but in fact that's only about 2% of our transfusions. The majority of blood is transfused to cancer patients who receive around 31% of our products.
How amazing is it that you can save 3 lives with one donation? Donations are so important, especially for people like me. A big thank you to everybody who donates and everybody who makes this happen. I'm Missy. Thanks for joining me. Bye.